So Sive Tokash,
Yes,
welcome back.
We are back. We are back. Man.
And ubuye sine setup entsha because the last time ubulapha besingashuteli apha.
Bells mfana.
Akufani no.
Anyway.
Akufani, but yeah, how have you been?
Efondeni benisithi kuwe ngobuya ntata. Kunzima uba rockstar bra.
Kunzima rockstar
bra.
But what is them?
Yeah, bra, but also I feel like Denzel, I think one of the things, maybe from a point of like, stupid, but I think as fun as it was, ubandize apha ne.
Yeah. Sure.
It sounds nice, but then it means now I need to fit into people's schedules.
Hey, all.
Which is, bro, it's a lot of admin.
Yeah, because like it's more like a vacation, no?
Yeah, bro.
And you know, we vacation, you need to explore.
Yeah.
But when you explore through Abandu because you disappeared for what, almost 2 years?
Yeah, that has been what, a year and 7 months.
Exactly.
Yeah, but yeah, outside of being a rock star, I think man, I'm good. I think I've been I've been alright, bruh. Yeah. Being overseas is not bad.
It's not bad.
It's not bad.
So
that's what I can say. It's not bad.
Okay. As well as it was, been struggling to decide to buy lay conversations because I'm fully tired, and there's a lot to catch up with when, and I think so focus on maybe like one aspect, then now maybe let's go to laying up, yeah. But okay man, qale ngaleyo qala yabo endiqonda form napho yabo, yeah. So pakisha impahla zakho ne waya kwela side yabo, pakisha impahla waya Australia uyo pursue your PhD yabo. Then ke ngoku mna ndifuna understand i-PhD yakho ikuphethe kanjani, and also try and explain it ngongathi explainela abantwana abancinci yabo, ingabikho that complex. Like, how is it doing a PhD in Australia? And also, do you remember ngoku from high school, then you UCT, there was that gap. Yeah, but you need to catch up. And a lot of people have been saying education as a SA is not that good. Compared to
this might be very interesting. Okay, yeah.
And then when you did your education up, and then you went to PhD kwenye country, right. Of which I would assume by the education level is better than Mzansi.
Yeah.
So was it like when we started AUCT, whereby there was like gap that we need to fill in, okay, maybe postgrad and more especially the PhD, it was just a jump?
They kind of a question, bro. oh. I love the question, and I think the Kalangalo part, in terms of like gap between as we from, is it the same as like when I had to move from a high school to a UCT?
Yeah.
It's actually underwhelming, if that's the right word I could use.
Yeah.
And the reason for that is because so after you've done your undergrad, you then go for your honors.
Okay.
And then after honors, another option that they can then go straight to PhD.
After honors?
Exactly.
No masters?
There is an option if you're a phone. Let's say for instance, you want to do a master's, but you don't want to do a PhD. Let's say for instance, you want to do a master's, and then after a master's, you don't see yourself like in academia or anything like that. So I'll go to PhD. Then you want to use that master experience to say, okay, I want a better job than maybe like someone on your honors. But you're about to move straight from like honors to PhD.
Okay.
You just apply for a project. It's literally, so I think I was attending so I was helping in a way supervise an honors student. Yeah. So after they will do a seminar and then they present their stuff, and after that, then the next thing is that they can apply for PhD positions or posts. And this is because Kolakala, I think maybe even here, but the way they do things now is that they look at them, PhDs, as some kind of like it's kind of like a job.
Okay.
Basically, because indlela esihlala ngayo phaa kulaa building yam kwi-cubicles, not so office for me. I like to say to people,
We corporate.
It's not like it's literally. I think at this stage maybe I might, I might. That's what I'm saying, corporate, because I feel like I'm already like simulating a lifestyle as a corporate. Cubicles, and literally about what 1, 2, 3, 6 people. And then 6 people on my other side. The back one.
Yeah.
There's 0. They're literally farming PhDs.
You paid straight.
Literally, and all of that is going on like 3 levels. There's level 3, I'm at the top level, second level, and then there's first level. It's literally just.
Is it not more like the class basically, but a core lecture or whatever? And also we controller uba ufika ngabani and then uhamba ngabani.
Oh yeah, it's literally the same as would be in an office, because also remember we also have abantu who are staff. Okay. So staff sihlala bahlala bona towards the end of la role.
So
abanye babo, but prof they usually get offices. So prof when offices zabo zona zezizohlula ndingathi zohlula passages.
Okay. And who is the staff? Is it?
It's staff, so it's like someone, or let's say mhlawumbe PhD yakhe after 2 years of your postdoc, and then wafumana umsebenzi. So it's like research assistants or research fellowships. Like abantu now who are trying to become the next supervisors. The people who are now sort of like lecturers.
Okay.
So now bahlala phanga bangathi basithi. So they're next in with us. So it has to simulate an office space pretty much, because they are doing work, they're getting paid to be there.
Yeah.
Whereas when I'm also getting paid, but I'm still trying to figure out, where I fit and all of that.
Yeah.
But to land over in city, the transition, it's underwhelming, because as I say, also comes from honors usiya kwi PhD. You have a lot of abantu. Not in a bad way, because I'm also an immigrant. You have a lot of abantu abasuka from, say, China, people from like let's say just Asia.
Yeah.
People from. So if I say Asia, that includes India, China, and then you also have other people from like Germany, so Europe.
Yeah.
So one of the things that I think they encountered is that those people, they are not, in as much as everybody has English, but it's very hard for them to like, I guess,
like must express
from speaking. It's a bit difficult for them. They had to learn English when they were like, after they got the post. So it's like they need to find a way to communicate, and then also writing. Like they need to make sure that bayakwazi ubhala in the language.
So is it safe to say
now
that colonization is some sort of an advantage? Good.
It's as sad as it is. I always say to people, the stuff that we said. It would be like language. It would be a disadvantage / advantage, depending on where you find yourself. Like if you want to be taught in isiXhosa and then you're writing isiXhosa, then the question is, where do you see yourself ke ngoku? Do you want to compete internationally? Do you want to compete locally?
So it would be nice if, let's say, senza ngesiXhosa, and then also naxa uzo bane relations with ezinye country, you get to do it in isiXhosa, but it's unfortunate ngoku that kukho le English as a medium of learning. But I think at China bateacher mos nge-Mandarin yabo mos.
Yes.
Yonke into yabo in Mandarin, of which xa ke ngoku students move asiye phaa Australia kufuneka ke ngoku ayofunda isilungu else.
Medium of instruction is English.
So abantu base UK and US banalo advantage nkulu.
Exactly. But then ke ngoku page ke khona ke ngoku le message be underwhelming is that funeke ngoku nathi, even though mna I was taught in an English
teaching school.
medium,
Yeah.
it's like I have to also take the test to prove what like, okay,
Competent.
I am competent in writing in English. Well, I don't have to take the test, but I need to. It's nice, actually. It's actually nice because I think South Africa is recognized as an institute that teaches in English.
Yeah.
But then you can't figure out for these new courses. There are courses for negotiations. Because of course, you can see some sort of like, I don't know, a document, 5-10 pages.
Yeah.
Or maybe 5,000 words, whereby I write something in English and then they need to be maybe satisfied by I can actually write in the language, and then that's it. But I think for other people, they actually have to write like in English. There's that English test or something. Yeah. So it's actually, I think it was a breeze. I guess then to get back to answering some of those questions, I think it was a breeze for me to just go there because I was like, some of those things, and also you get actually people who say like, your English is
proper.
It's proper. And like, if only we ask, but sometimes the partners gets paid. But yeah, I think the only advantage, bro, when I look at other people.
Just nje. So phana uthi umuntu yakwazi suka from honors aye straight to PhD.
Yeah.
So is it safe to say uba i-colleagues zakho ngabantu abane honors and then benza le PhD yakho?
Pretty much, most of them.
And in terms of age, ngabantu, yeah,
like someone who's like 24 years or something.
Whereas apha umuntu una 24 uzabeqala i-masters zakhe.
Yeah, 24, 23, some of them. Yeah, like it's literally. But then again, that's what I'm doing in AI and and at least relief is the fact that I had my masters helped me with a lot of experience.
Yeah.
So I was like,
small waters.
Yeah, well, like.
Then because apha if you compare education yalapha with nale yangapha. So ngoku, let's say, yeah, bensenza PhD la ne, but mina ndiyenze apha. Yabo wena uyoyenza kwela side.
Yes.
Yabo. Don't you think ngoku since ngathi benza izinto ezi weak baya slow down?
You would think, but there's another aspect that I actually liked about doing a PhD like that. Bless the person who said I should never do a PhD in South Africa. So there's a structure, there's a structure, because one of the things then, I think looking at the other people I think I know from Department here while I was at UCT, is that there's no structure as far as I can tell in terms of like a PhD. By that I mean, number one, you are kind of like expected, but okay, you need to like, you're a teacher, you come in office scene.
Yeah. Because
the setting is already like giving office vibe. Nalapa we do have offices, but Apa the nice thing is that it's more like office space, you're like mixed with other people.
Yeah.
Then you're in a desk, but I think that it's different because then it kind of puts this notion to you that like you are hired.
Yeah.
We literally get paid like every 2 weeks, just like the other staff. Exactly. It's like they simulate everything. You actually feel like, yeah, damn, like, they're better next to you, and you're like, oh shit, maybe I should go to. Maybe I should wake up and go to work. Like, also, I'm telling you, I'm doing this. I think I'm getting paid. I'm getting a paid leave because it's part of like our thing. But like when you're going on leave, you'll be paid. But also another thing is, it's structured in the sense that it's supposed to take me 3.5 years, and then maybe I can push it to 4 years if I want to finish writing.
Yeah.
The first year, I had to then present some work to the entire like department to kind of show them, okay, how far I am with my PhD, are things going all right.
Yeah.
If at any point there's going to be a panel that's going to sort of like judge you, it's kind of like a review. Oh,
yeah.
Don't you guys get those like incorporate those
peer reviews? Well, there is peer reviews and then there's also annual reviews with
Annual
manager
review.
yakho and whatever.
They even call them annual reviews. So, but for Tina, the first one I did annual review. It's more called like a confirmation. You want to confirm that you have a sound PhD topic. You have a plan on how you're going to achieve those goals.
Yeah.
You know, you have a good supervisory team. They want to make sure that now being in for a year, never banned. Do you feel like you can work with them? Do you feel like you need to change some things?
Yeah.
So those are all there. It gives you a space to sort of address those things. What are the potential things engazenza i-PhD yakho iqothe?
Yeah.
And then if everyone is happy, then you pasa, and then you move on to the next year, and then we then can go every year. We're gonna have like annual review. You can go to check, but like, okay, how far are you with your objectives and all your things? So it's again, it says this. It simulates this environment, but like it's actually you're being hired. You know, you're in a corporate setting. You need to deliver objectives because you're getting paid. You are using people's tax money. So
then imagine still
and not to cut you, I don't think we have something like that here in your city.
Okay.
It's just you and your supervisor, and that's it.
But
they get paid.
Okay, nice. At least. So, because ndifuna understand uba bayiskipha njani ezi masters ezi yabo, but question yami izawuba yinto yoba so i-PhD nje yona ne ufumana i-topic, wenze research, and then you present your findings, and then that's it nje, iyo nje loo nto leyo yabo. So if let's say i-education system ibe allow uba wonke umntu ayokwazi ukwenza i-PhD, because I know uba like qala from high school till i-masters apha izawuba yile preparation yoba okay uzawuba competent enough for uba ukwazi uthatha le topic ubhale, and then abantu bayireviwishe bathi okay ufumene i-PhD yakho. So since thina sinayo le like it's forced uba wenze i-masters because bafuna ukupreparisha for uba wenze next. So ubona since ke ngobona bengenazo i-masters, is it because i-undergrad ne-honors zabo zi-strong kakhulu for them to say uba okay lo mntu we think u-competent enough for uba akwazi ukuyenza le nto eyenziwa zi-PhD students?
I think from what I've seen, I think PhD we make it sound bigger as if it's bigger than it actually is. PhD is literally you doing a topic, and then if by any chance you're able to like write papers, so for each of those topics that you choose, because you have to be like at least minimum of 3 topics, or rather I mean 3 chapters, and if you have 3 chapters and you can write those, you can do those 3 chapters. Maybe if you can write 2 papers for each of those chapters, maybe yes time to ungayibhala afterwards, and then you submit those for like a peer review, and then they get accepted. There's not even a point of like having to have more defend the PhD. The fact that those papers are accepted, it means that your work is exactly. And then I think even Tina, in my institution, we don't even have to defend our PhDs because they haven't introduced that way of doing things. But most people, you have to defend the PhD. You're in a panel, and then they'll ask you questions, and but I think they want to introduce that now, and most people want to do it. But I think there was a quote I was reading. I was doing some reading, not just in jail, because I think sometimes get too much science. Sometimes in jail, there's something from and then there was a quote that I liked. Your PhD is not a Nobel Prize. You're not working towards a Nobel Prize. You are just a cog in a system that is trying to push an entire system. Exactly. So something that moves, and then it causes another thing to move, and then that other thing causes another thing to move. Even what you're doing may not even move the system. It might move the system maybe like 3 or 4 or 10 years down the line when someone actually connects
whatever you're doing.
So it's not as
big as it
as
seems.
grandiose as people would have
Yeah.
to make it. You're just choosing to do some work. You wanna be a nerd in something that you like, and you wanna spend 3/4 years doing that thing.
Yeah.
And then if everything goes well, you wanna publish it, and then write a nice book, and then that's it. And also sometimes it's nice because you're just like adding on. You're literally just adding on what everyone has been doing. You're not sort of really. Well, it depends on the topic you're doing, but sometimes you're not really even doing something that's like massive. You're just adding on what's already been done. You're just pushing the field. You're adding. You're
Yeah.
helping the next person who's again. But oh damn, we have this data for like, for instance, what I do. I'm collecting the data and I'm analyzing the stuff in lab. Maybe what I'm doing might be used by someone maybe down the years by Fagogo modeling.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, we were able to reproduce some of these things, blah blah blah. So it makes sense why the system here it works. And I think it's actually like that in most European countries. Most people go from honors to PhD. Masters, I think master's route is more like for people who are like, maybe I'm phony academia, but I also want to have something that is bigger than just honors.
Yeah.
Hence why we have something called taught masters. At least here in UCT, there's something called the taught masters. So they actually teach you so that you can be like industry ready, which you can't do in honors. So then such a person then knows they're not going to do a PhD, but they'll do industry and then they go and work.
I'm a sweet down player, fully PhD.
No, I wish.
Okay, since when we born from the
Iphelele.
perspective
Yeah,
yakho
yeah.
nendlela uyibona ngayo, then you can say that, but to Tina it's still a big thing.
It is. It is. I
It's
think
still
it
a
is.
big deal.
It is a big thing. But I think after I read those things, I was like, yeah, man, this thing is.
Yeah, but it's okay.
But yeah, I think
PhD
only a doctor, obviously, for sure. Like, ubane smart. I say smart, but man, that's. But
It's mapambili.
It's mapambili. Yeah, I can't fool. I need to have, a thing, bro.
No,
But yeah.
going back to the initial question, and I think maybe the question Lena can maybe give me maybe the answer that I think I should be getting back there.
Yeah.
So let's say when after honors, ne,
Right.
would you be able to do a PhD? Since when the honors up? Then if answer yakho no, then singacho by the level of education yangapha is strong.
Would I be able to do a PhD
After the honors?
the honors here?
Yeah, would you be able to do yonke le nto uyenzayo ngoku?
Yes.
Phofu, yes, but like, would you be competent uba uyenze? Would you be confident to stand up in front of a panel to present your findings? Would you be andikho sure uba zintoni into enizisebenzisayo apha, but would you be able to grasp whatever eniyenzayo pha with confidence and then ukwazi ukuyi-explainer to a panel, and maybe if you have to defend it to any panel and whatever? Would you think uba uzawube so ready?
It would be a struggle. I just remembered now when I was. So one of the reasons why it was easy for me to come back, we had a summer school here in Cape Town.
Okay.
So they subsidized the ticket, so I didn't have to pay all the stuff. So which is nice. That's the nice part about academia. You get to travel the world and they pay for these things. So we had then to do a poster presentations, and there was this other person who was presenting, Yabazi.
Yeah.
In case they get to this, I'm not gonna say anymore. But they were presenting their work, and there was a point where they then had to present, sort of take through the people through what they did.
Yeah.
And I was surprised how they, like when you're presenting and you're like, does it make sense? Like, I don't know if there was so little of a confidence on what she did, whether if she feels like what she did, sort of makes sense.
Yeah.
To a point where one of those guys, he's a lecturer, they were lecturing us there because there were lectures that we had to attend.
Okay.
So what Lamchida even had to say, I mean, if that's what you say it is, then I believe you. It's like that believer, you know.
Yeah.
And that's when I realized I was like, oh damn. So she's one of the people who went in from honors to straight to PhD.
Oh.
So I would definitely say, yeah, masters teaches you a lot of like experience
Yeah.
in terms of like how it actually feels to be independent. Because one of the things that I think is very hard that people kind of get late is that this is not your supervisor's PhD, it's your PhD.
Oh. So
Which is a very hard thing to like internalize. It's like, this is your shit, this is your thing. Like, you're the one who's doing everything. You are the one who's leading how this thing is gonna go.
yeah.
Not as a supervisor, I'm here to support you doing that.
And
That's a big like responsibility. Even like when I remember when I was deciding like what sort of topics I wanna or chapters I wanna explore. Like Latata like said in a nice way, like, oh no, this is your PhD, you can choose what thing you wanna do. And I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
I was like, damn, Pagad.
It's your baby.
I was like, damn, bruh, damn. Like, it's your PhD. You can choose what things you want to do, and then we can explore if those things are possible. And I was like, fuck. And you're like, damn. So, I think to go from honors and you literally being told that, oh, you have to manage all of this stuff, and it's like you're being forced to like adapt very fast. I think that's the challenging part. You have to adapt so fast, and you have to learn so many things in a short period of time. It's very easy for you to kind of fall in a space where you feel like, oh my god, how am I gonna learn all of these things?
Yeah.
It's even worse if you're gonna have a supervisor who's just like not sort of like a mentor type of a person, but rather who's like who lets you like do what you do.
Yeah.
At what point do you get to like realize about what things I need to do? How do I go about those things? Because it's a really messy space.
And imagine we'll go to space after your honors.
Yeah, but it's very hard. So yeah, I think a master's helps, bro.
Yeah.
It helped me, it helped me because I was able to do a lot of things, even from like doing a project where I had to go at sea and I had to be like the main sort of investigator for what I was doing.
Yeah.
And my supervisor was like, just go, just for the experience, and then you get to see like what actually happens there. And then there's no sort of stress in terms of like, oh, if this doesn't work out, then you're fucked. I mean, a lot of things actually didn't work out right. We lost FedEx lost our. They didn't lose it, but when we sent the instrument there, they were fine. But when we had to get it back, they were like, oh, there's a number missing. And we're like, but then we used you guys. Why can't you find the number and sort of like allow us?
FedEx, Korea company.
Oh, we have instruments. So instruments, we send instruments. We had to send an instrument from here to a Chile.
Oh.
And then now when we have to get it back, it's like, oh, we can't. So our instrument had to remain there at Hato, at Tendiso and stuff like that because the government is like, no, you can't take this out because something is missing. So things like that, like when things go wrong, like you don't have to be worried because at least for my case, like it was just for like a learning experience, and it was kind of like a way to understand how the international collaboration space is like. So it's hard to be given those sort of, well, it's not hard. You will be given those things when you do a PhD. You kind of expected that you will be a project manager, you will be like a time manager, you do all sort of the things you could possibly think of for someone or sevenza or corporate that they have to manage. And you need to get them right within 3.5 years. So it comes with a lot of pressure, a lot of stress, and I think it would be difficult if I went from my honors straight to that, and I'm glad I didn't.
And since Bona, they feel like, because I think the reason why up in Zanzi they force like the partly masters is because they know but these students are not ready for the PhD, because of the education level and whatever. And with the fact that Bona, they are comfortable to send the honor students straight to PhD, I think they know by undergrad and honors they've prepared, they've sort of done maybe the part masters that with stress. ustress kakhulu.
You're raising something interesting. I think honors here to Tina, we do 6 months coursework, 6
Yeah.
months in project. There they actually do. They don't do coursework in honors.
Like project.
So you do a project for a year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Icacile and ke ngoku na-4 uba benze lo project nje leyo straight undergrad yabo, maybe they've done a lot of the coursework even allow uba babe ready.
Yes, because I think I'm realizing now, so if you're doing that, it's like doing one chapter basically. It's like one chapter, because 1 year 1 chapter, 3 years 3 chapters, which is what we do in a PhD. So it's like doing one chapter, and then that is kind of like enough for them to see about will you be competent enough to do 3 years, because they can see what you can do in a year. Now what can you do in 3 years? Yeah, I think that's one of the major differences, because I thought like 6 months was not enough. It was less than 6 months actually, because we submitted around October, and you only start your project like what after second semester, which is it's short. It's very short, bro. So,
but yeah, man, not to say but no, man, I think manditi, even though kuzoba ngathi I'm trying to belittle the education yethu, I think abantu nabo bayayazi ba education yethu,
it's very
like I call that good, yabo.
Yeah.
And le nto samthetha ngoku I think solidify, yabo, verify ubanyani, yabo. Thina we can't just jump from honors straight to PhD, yabo,
because the resources
semba kakhulu.
Yabo.
Then ke ngoku going back to leyo uba kufuneka usitatisele i-PhD yakho ngathi utatisele umntana omncinci, because I like you find uba maybe ezinye iitshomi zakho ziyayazi uba wenza i-PhD, but yintoni le kanye kanye uyoyenza ba?
I need to have, you just reminded me, I need to have an elevator pitch.
Elevator pitch?
It's like a 30 seconds thing where you like explain what you do.
Okay.
But then it means funeka uyinanzeke. So funeka uyichinje based on the audience.
Oh.
There's Antoni Vuyo.
Yeah.
Bruh, a good example of what I do on a typical basis. Dihamba, we drive, we go to the mountain. The point of that is that we wanna understand what's in the air. Yeah, we breathe the air, but we don't actually know what's in the air. So our goal is to try to find the stuff that's in the air that is in like very small amounts.
Okay.
Why? Because those things, they can either come from a factory, they can either come from
pollution,
basically. So they are very small, like they're very small, like it's hard to measure them.
Yeah.
And so if it's hard to measure, how do you even understand by okay the existence? So our goal is to measure those small things. We call them trace elements.
Yeah.
We try to measure those stuff that are very small. If we are someone who's in grade 12 and then you see the periodic table, they're like sort of like those metals that sit there down, go iron or cobalt, or magnesium. So my thing is I want to measure those things. I need to know all the different species. Okay, iron low, how much iron is in this sample? So the way we do that is that umoya outside, there's air, we have an instrument that we put there outside, and then it has a motor, so the motor draws in air, like just like a fan. I move a fan, it takes in the air. Same mechanism, we draw in the air, and then we have a paper. Moya also better paper, and then it will leave everything paper.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna take that paper mna, send this level, phake chemicals because it's gonna react and take all those things, it's fake solution. And then take it away in this machine in the measuration like say iron ungakanani apha, ulead ungakanani apha. And then that is important because those small things are very like dangerous. For instance, in asbestos. I think asbestos in a lead, ne? I think.
For sure.
One of the reasons why asbestos is very dangerous is because they discovered that it has a trace element. I think it's lead. You see, if I had my phone now, but it's the only phone I've got, I'm going to search now. But I think asbestos, one of the reasons why it by Yegisa is because it contains high levels of lead, and lead is very dangerous.
For inhaler, right?
Yeah, it causes a lot of basically it kills you slowly. It's like a slow killer. It causes cancer and all those kind of things.
Yeah.
So with that thing, we want to monitor the other stuff.
Yeah.
Or if zininzi emoyeni, they can cause you like diseases, cancers, and a lot of those things. Like some of them are very bad, like things like uranium. The stuff that they use for bombs and stuff like that. So if you are
tenant.
Exactly. So yeah, also if you find yourself like in indaweni mhlawumbi nokho mine mhlawumbi.
Yeah.
And then we wanna know about like how much are those levels in the air, because Moscow, it's like a bit Delft, or here in Cape Town there's a lot of sand.
Yeah.
So most of the stuff gets like, pushed up into the air and it gets very spread out around. So my goal is to understand those trace elements, but they're not just for your health purposes, but also those stuff are important for the ocean, because what I did is oceanography.
Yeah.
So it's important for the ocean. One particular one is the iron, because the ocean actually needs, so just like us, there are people who are anemic, they need iron in their body.
Okay.
The ocean is also kind of like a type of like an anemic sort of like situation. It's iron limited, especially to say Cape Town, the ocean that's below Cape Town.
Yeah.
We call it the Southern Ocean. So it really needs a lot of iron. So if you could dump a lot of iron there's this famous quote, but if you can dump the iron, it can bring you the next ice age. Because there's this organism in the ocean that can really take up the CO2, and when they take up that CO2, it will cool down the temperatures. And we have sort of like evidence from like back in the ages where we see sort of like these events where we have like ice ages, and we can sort of like link them to days where we had high levels of dust, high dust, because the iron comes from the dust.
Yeah.
So it's a connection between like trying to help, that we stay in an environment that is sort of, we want to see how is the environment dirty in terms of like these small trace metals, but also it's important for the ocean. Is the ocean getting enough iron to sort of like help draw down CO2? How is that important for understanding climate change?
I see.
It's like a big thing. It's like, are we ever gonna get to a point where you wanna be? I don't say wanna be God, but I think they're already doing it. Where like they're doing sitting for rain and stuff like that in some places.
Yeah.
But at what stage are we gonna say we wanna intervene in climate and say we're gonna try and control certain things? And in order for us, but sense way, we need to understand where we're gonna get the iron. How does the system react by finding iron?
Right.
So those are the sort of situation, or at least space we're in.
Okay.
Yeah.
Imali uqale ngokuthi mos le nto yenu that collects the dust ne nisa ku mountain.
Yes.
Why ku mountain?
So you don't want,
because moya ukho.
So the thing is, you don't want to collect local emissions. You want to collect them, but also it depends on your goals.
Yeah.
We do have one Ecoyo Park within our building.
Okay.
So if we want to collect the stuff that comes from Ishipu, stuff that comes from factories.
Oops.
No worries.
Yeah.
Was that our time?
Wait, Cam, let me check food.
How far are we? Was that our time?
I can't see treasure. Oops. I think yarana but it's low battery le.
Okay.
No call but singarepha up le but
so we do have in the building, if you are interested in the local emissions, so like what's coming from a ship, or because we have a lot of like those MSC cruises that come there, especially in Shalabu. Or if you want to look at what's coming from the factories, you can do that. But if I do it then maybe there by the mountain, where there's less, because the air is not literally gonna go there directly, it's gonna be more, and also because it's very high, it's like 1,200 meters above sea level, so it means you're gonna get the air leyihamba phaa phezulu.
Okay.
And the moya ihamba phaa phezulu is probably coming from the areas that are surrounding, like not more like local, but more maybe from Australia mainland, or maybe from the ocean, because the moya uhamba phezulu. So it means it probably has less impact with the ground.
Yeah.
So that is important for us to understand how does it dusty esuka all the way from Australia ezogqitha phaa kuthi enihambe yongena emanzini yintoni ephaa kulaa dust. Because i-Australia yiyo le inale dust mos besiyifunayo sibone uba okay le dust lena ingabi nayo nale iron idingwa lulwandle. And also we want to understand uba can we tell uba mhlawumbi xa bekukho mhlawumbi maybe like a pollution event, do we get more iron, and stuff like that. So it's good for uba sikapturishe la moya osuka from other areas, like very far, because locally it doesn't really affect there because it's very up high. It kind of mixes within.
Because bendithinga fana uba kwa ezi instruments enizisebenzisayo like nisazitesta uba they can really like collect kakuhle umoya, and also you can tell uba lo moya lona has this amount of iron, has this amount of ezinye ezo trace elements. So I think leyo part seni figurishe out, and then ngoku wena you just applying lento to the ocean yakho.
So it's basically trying to understand. I mean, we do have an idea. I mean, we do have sort of other problems in terms of the collection, but we have like some kind of systems where we try to like, okay, we can make these assumptions. But the main big goal is to we want to record, we want to have measurements. That's what's important. Because I also remember seeing something that if you want to study climate, you need 30 years of data so that you can see the cycles, because that's how you can sort of like get enough to predict. So that means if you are not collecting data now, that means you can't say anything until the next 30 years.
So funeka each and every year sibe khona students ezikwalificayo.
Pretty much. And that's why it goes back to the thing I was saying about like
fake.
It's not really like what you're doing is not that massive. We just need people to collect
information. Then ufumaniseke ukubana lowo xa senine-data enough uzawukwazi uconnect i-dots yena and then
that's exactly.
But ani-credit at least.
That's it. Nice. That's how it is. Because Nati we use the information from back then. We just use it like so easy, but
okanye uhlale phaa for years, because abantu be-Nobel Prize ufumaniseke ukubana bayifumane like
after
ebudaleni bakhe.
So you get it after you've studied the system for a very long time, and then you're like, actually maybe this is what is actually going on.
Thank you for showing up again.
Bro, I think we need to do this again. Maybe like in the penthouse somewhere.
On the penthouse.
Now when's the sun setting, and then it doesn't run, but you're moving. So I think we can figure something out.
Fine, because there's still a lot man with me with Dwayne, because
also like how are we gonna make our next million? Like
Nancy again, like how do you make money?
So many stuff we could talk about, but
it's not on our side.
Like literally, I was actually thinking, I was like, damn, there's so much we could talk about.
It means
because we do so much stuff behind the scenes.
Exactly. Because even not yenzeka into yoba like each and every week singathetha enye into different and nga-interesting futhi.
Bruh,
Because ezinto zi-conversations nje qha, and we
Literally.
do have i-conversations that I think is interesting, yabo.
yes,
But
very
okwangoku
interesting.
bendifuna ukudive deep into le uyenzayo ngapha ya.
Yeah, le ndisengapha ya.
Yeah, otherwise funeka ude uze nee-millions, yabo. Because
Yeah.
even naleya yoba like ithini process of you maybe staying there fully, because ngoku usenale London
Yeah.
visa yakho usebenza ngayo.
Yeah, that's true. I was actually, 2 minutes. I was actually, I attended this thing where they were giving us information on how to attain a permanent residence.
Yeah.
And I was like, fuck, it's easy. I just need to
Well,
stay,
well,
I just
you
need
know-
to stay in what I'm doing and then
Ah.
get permanent residency.
Also pity uhamba apho ungabaleki qiqiqi ngawe sobaleka left right and center usaqhubekeka
In terms of?
running.
Oh, bro. I mean, runners would be like, that's not a running watch. It's not Garmin, but like,
Yeah,
it's a running watch. It can track my stuff and all that things. Yeah, bruh. Yo.
because when uqale kanjani, like when you were not an active person,
I was not even.
awudlali sport awuthini
Bruh,
pity ngoku
ngiyabaleka.
baleka left right and center.
I think it goes back to Landy, but like you are in a uqeshiwe.
Yeah,
You know, there's this expectation that you need to pitch a span, you know.
Yeah.
And it's nice to be there, like maybe like around 9, 10. I mean, there's no like set up time. It's about you telling yourself that, okay, I did 8 hours on plan.
yeah,
You know, you can do that 8 hours from maybe probably about 12 a.m. up until it's up to you.
yeah,
And I think I was struggling with like waking up in the morning, and I was like, I need something as a nigga energy, and then I can transfer that energy to something else.
yeah.
And I figured, maybe running can do that. And I did, and then I was like, okay, let's do this. and then I was like, I should like it. But the only thing I refuse to do is to go run an actual race.
Why?
I don't believe in. I feel like it's a lot of. I don't know. Maybe in the higher,
But like numbers zakho azi
oh no, my numbers are good. Like
exactly,
I've
so
ran
izaba ngathi
I've
ubaleka
ran in my half marathon
uh,
in 2 hours, and I've only like been doing this for like 6 months. I think
Yeah.
those are good numbers, and
because abanye bayabaleka like i-10K and I think i-10K ungakwazi uyenza. Yeah.
yeah.
Also like abantu sebeyenza as some sort of i-social ndondoni yabo yabo, as abantu bebhola sidlala ibhola sibe ne-tournaments
Yeah.
and then
We get
whatever,
something.
so as a runner, yeah, then your computer 10K,
I was
20K.
actually thinking my first medal will be from international running.
Where do you mean first medal?
From
From running?
From Raubalek.
It's about international running. What's that?
Because I was winning up.
Oh,
If I actually get to do it, it's crazy because also I was actually thinking if I run, it will be there.
yeah.
Another thing, if I went to watch a tennis match for the first time. It was that side.
So zonke into
I
zakho
went to
first time ngapha.
I went to cricket match. It was there. I was watching South Africa. No, not South Africa. Man. I was watching the India and Australia. It was
Yeah.
that side.
Ngakile ngizigqi ngayo so ifan Australia apha strugglisha.
Yeah. No, I still love Proteas. Yeah, Proteas, Springboks. Yeah.
Thank you. Sawubonana andazi nini, maybe sawuphinde senze online or maybe before uhambe we can sneak in enye. I don't know. Sawubona. Tuesday.
Unless on the flight, ndibuye ndihambe.
Ngasuhara uyafanda. Or the stock market uzawuzama.
Oh. Anyway,
Sure.
cheers, bro.